Robots have been the vision of the future for decades, helpful mechanical miracles that can help us with everyday tasks. Well, it seems advancement on this technology has come on leaps and bounds, especially when it comes to animal robots that have been designed to help those with disabilities. Revolutionize dangerous and difficult industries and become the faithful companion for those who would prefer their pets more futuristic than fluffy. In today's video, we will take a look at 10 unbelievable animal robots that exist today. Make sure you stick to the very end, as the final feat of technology will blow your mind. Spot, Boston Dynamics. Starting with their big dog in 2005, the US company has built a whole array of four-legged robot creations since. Their first product was designed to be a robotic pack horse for soldiers that utilized the strength of the animals to travel over terrain too rough for conventional vehicles. Unfortunately, the US Army ultimately rejected the robot for being too noisy. Since then, however, the company has scaled down its design to the Spot and then the Spot Mini. The latter came with a robotic arm where its head should be and was rebranded as a domestic helper. The sleeker second edition of the Spot Mini came without the arm, but was packed with far more programming and features. There's little detail on what the new robot is designed for, but the more family-friendly design seems to suggest it will be focused on domestic home uses. 9. Octopus Gripper, Festo. The Festo company has released a long line of animal-inspired machines over the years, from a mechanical kangaroo that uses its own generated power to hop indefinitely, to beautiful robotic butterflies. Its latest creation isn't a land animal, but is, in fact, a gripper based on the tentacles of an octopus that can be attached to the end of a robotic arm. It is made of soft silicone and features 2 rows of suction cups running throughout it. By applying compressed air, the tentacle can wrap around a wide variety of different shaped objects without any problems, just like a real-life octopus. It also uses a vacuum to increase suction for heavier items. Because of its softness, it holds promise for robots that are required to work more closely with humans. Just like an octopus's tentacles need hundreds of suckers, we need lots of members in our community to help us make high-quality and entertaining videos. Join us by subscribing to our channel today. Biohybrid Stingray, Harvard University. Harvard University are no strangers to making robot versions of the animal kingdom. But their latest creation is one that is truly mind-blowing. They managed to create a robotic stingray out of silicone and the muscle cells of a rat's heart. The robot uses the same kind of fins as a real-life stingray, the only difference being that a stingray uses 2 sets of muscles to pull the fins up and down, while the robot only uses one, with a springy gold skeleton pulling it back up again. The cells have also been cleverly modified through genetics to react to flashes of light. The leader of the project believes that the new technology is the first step in creating a fully working artificial heart. His earlier jellyfish, along with this new stingray, are helping specialists get a better understanding of the genetic workings of the organ. Do you think that this is the beginning of human and machine hybrids? Give this video a thumbs up if you think so. 7. Snake Robot, Carnegie Mellon University. Throughout history, animals have been used for search and rescue missions. Now, it seems that one robot animal has been perfected in this kind of work, eliminating the dangers that real-life search animals have to be put in. This robot snake, built by CMU researchers, has already been tested in a real disaster and has shown unbelievable results. A team of mechanics and technicians from the Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh have helped Mexican Red Cross workers search collapsed buildings for survivors after an earthquake measuring 7.1 magnitude struck Mexico City in 2017. The snake design provides a slender body that gives it the ability to move in almost any direction and squeeze into tight places. Although the team were unable to locate any survivors, its effectiveness was proven a success. The snake currently features a camera for a head, but after being tested in the disaster zone, they realized that a microphone would have been helpful to listen for people trapped under the rubble. If you think this is impressive, wait until you see number 2 on the list. It takes the snake-like design to the next level. Six, Batbot, Caltech. Most recent advances in drone technology have come from the quadcopter design, but Caltech engineers think that their rigid shape and rapidly spinning propellers are not ideal to be used close to humans. That's why they have created their own robotic soft-winged bats. To achieve such a feat was not easy, considering that a real bat uses more than 40 joints every time they flap their wings. Because a robotic version would be too bulky and heavy, they decided to reduce the number of joints to just 9. The Batbot can't ascend yet, but its onboard computer and sensors allow it to carry out glides, turns, and dives. What uses could a robot bat have? We would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. 5. Plurobot, Robot Salamander. So far, we have seen a number of diverse robots. Well, this next entry is very different. This robotic salamander was built by researchers at EPFL and can both walk and swim. Its designers used X-ray videos to carefully study how the amphibians moved before using it as inspiration to build a robotic version using 3D printed bones, motorized joints, and a synthetic nervous system made up of electronic circuitry. The robot's low center of mass and segmented legs make it great at navigating through rough terrains without losing balance, as well as swimming at impressive speeds. They hope it will also help those studying dinosaurs to gain a better understanding of how the first tetrapods transitioned from water to land. If you think this incredible robot is impressive, just wait until you see our number 1 pick. It will surely be used to replace several dangerous jobs in the very near future. 4. Tombot, Robotic Emotional Support Animals. Imagine having a fully robotic puppy that you don't have to walk or feed. Well, that is exactly what one startup company has done with their Tombot puppy. The prototype, Jenny, is a golden retriever who has been designed to be used as a therapy dog for patients, seniors, people diagnosed with serious illnesses, and people unable to take care of a real dog. The CEO, Tom Stevens, said that he came up with the idea after his mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and had to give up her dog. Like a real-life puppy, Jenny barks, wags her tail, and responds to scratches and pets. She also provides unconditional love and emotional support, as long as she gets charged before the battery goes flat. Would you like to have your very own Robo-Pooch? Well, it turns out that you can. To fund the commercial production of Tombot, a Kickstarter campaign was started, which costs supporters $450 to get their hands on one. If you bought a little robot dog like this one, what would you call it? Leave the names in the comment section below, and we will give a like and comment to our favorite ones. 3. Robotic cockroaches, search and rescue. Cockroaches may be gross, but they are renowned for their sturdiness and the ability to disappear down cracks that seem far too small for them. Well, researchers at UC Berkeley have decided that these capabilities would make for fantastic search and rescue creatures, because they can squeeze into gaps a fifth of their normal size. By spreading their legs out, the researchers have copied their design and built palm-sized robot versions of them with a flexible plastic shell that can also squeeze between the cracks and crevices. 2. Eloom, Robotic Eel. As shown in the 4th entry of this video, a snake-like body is extremely useful. Well, it turns out that the sleek shape works great underwater too. Norwegian robotics company Eloom has borrowed the fundamental principles on an eel to build a robot capable of subsea inspection, exploration, maintenance, and repair. The modular design allows this robot to be highly customizable, allowing operators to add different sensors and tools, depending on the job at hand. While the earliest version of the robot used the same type of locomotion as an eel, The latest version has a variety of thrusters that allow greater speed and maneuverability. Now, it is that time of the video where we take a look at the fascinating subscriber's pick that has been sent in to us. As seen in this picture, a man is controlling what looks to be a mechanical menace poised for attack. Although it's clear it isn't real, the truth is, and one robot building company is not far from having the technology to create such a beast. Before we show you the closest thing to this robo-wolf, why not take a moment to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way, you will never miss one of our future videos on the most unbelievable things found in the world. By subscribing, you will also be able to link us bizarre and fascinating pictures just like this one. Who knows, your choice could be the inspiration for our next video. Previously, robots only existed in science fiction. Now with the rapidly evolving technology, don't be surprised if robot pets and other companions become an everyday sight in our homes and out in the open. Development of technology like the ones we have shown you are not only crucial for military and personal use, but will also eliminate the need to use real animals to do jobs such as agriculture, search and rescue, bomb disposal, or carrying weight across rough terrains. Be sure to check out other amazing videos on our channel, and give us a like if you enjoyed this video so far. Tell us in comments which one of these you like the most and why. One, Scalf, Legged Quad Support System. Engineering students have built an unbelievable robot horse that wouldn't look out of place in a futuristic war film. The Scalf is a four-legged robot that can maneuver through an array of difficult terrains, track people on sight, and keep its balance when attacked with a forceful blow, all while carrying 120 kilograms of people or gear. It was developed by a team of students from Shandong University in China. The incredible AI is being hailed as one of the most incredible pieces of equipment to date, thanks to its handy features and groundbreaking programming. Although it is still in the development stage, the robot has incredible potential for military, search and rescue, construction, and domestic uses. In fact, the number of applications it could be used for is endless. Just like a real horse, it can effortlessly carry its own weight, plus another 120 kilograms. This makes it ideal for military use, where equipment must be carried vast distances and across different terrains, such as deserts, heavy snow, mountains, or forests. The robot was developed by an expert team of students and has been compared to Boston Dynamics dog robot Spot that we told you about at the beginning of this video. The team hoped to further the Scalf's combat features so that it can ambush and attack, as well as have surveillance, reconnaissance, and decoy modes. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, why not check out our video on people riding uncommon animals. See you in the next one.